season finale, and then you came back later in that game and you got that mark. What does the record represent to you?
The record really just represents, a culmination of a whole lot of work, a journey, full of valleys and peaks, but I'm still going. I'm just thankful for the success that I had personally last year, but really just looking forward to turning it around and getting some more wins in that win column, and just building something to be proud of here in Indianapolis.
I kind of thought you would answer it that way because that's what you're about, man. You're about the team. You're about the guys around you. You're about everything but yourself. But I want to ask you this. I mean, given how hard you've worked, I'm curious, what kind of fuel are you running on right now? What's your mindset? When you hit the field, do you feel like, hey, man, I am that guy. I'm him. I'm the single-season record holder for tackles in this joint. I made history. Or do you feel like that seventh-rounder with that immense chip on your shoulder who's got to prove himself every single day at the facility? What's it feel like now?
Oh, man, it's crazy. I was actually just talking to one of my teammates yesterday. We were in the Jersey at practice. And I was just telling him, I'm like, look, man, it feels good to have validation from the organization, from the fans, from my teammates. But, I remember, when I came in, they wouldn't even let me pick my number. I remember, not being a part of the team photo ops until my third year in the league. And I was already a team captain by then. I remember what it was like to kind of be on the outside, looking in, and I think, just always thinking about those days and thinking about the days when I wish I was where I am now. Just continue to motivate me, continue to push them. But to be honest, as you achieve a goal, your goals just get bigger. So for me, you don't got time in the league to kind of sit around and think about where you are. You constantly just kind of push that envelope, constantly trying to raise the level. And I got goals that I didn't reach last year, so I got to continue to push it to get them.
Zaire Franklin joining us. Let me ask you this. I mean, guys taking what you were taking don't stick. They don't stick, much less star and lead the way you have. Did you always see yourself having this type of success in the league and the life that you have overall right now? Did you know?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's easy for everybody to say everybody says. But, to be honest, there were times where I doubted myself. There were times where, I was like, well, man, maybe am I just a special teamer? Am I just a guy that's a good backup in the league? Is that what this team needs me to win? But, I always really just believed in myself. I always, I was going to take a bet on myself. And look, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to believe that I was the player that I always truly thought I was capable of being. And, when I had my opportunity, I knew I wasn't going to miss. So last year, just coming into the season, knowing I was going to have an opportunity to play for, extended amount of time, I just knew once they let me on that field, I wasn't going to get off. And I was just going to prove to everybody in those buildings, everybody watching the country that, I deserved to be where I was supposed to be.
Right, and plus you have to bet on yourself. If you're not willing to bet on yourself, why would anybody else? Now, everybody plays the game for different reasons. You made it pretty clear that you play the game in large part for both your mom and your grandmother, who both sadly passed away. Can you start with your mom? What was she like, and what do you remember about her?
Oh, man, she was sweet, soft-spoken. She was a dreamer. And, a long story short, she really just believed in me. She used to go around telling everybody, I was going to be somebody one day. I was going to be a star. She had to drop out of college her sophomore year when she had me. So for me being the first person in my family to graduate college was a big deal. And it was a promise that I made to her before she passed, and I was glad that I was able to finish that. So she was just an inspiration. She's the reason why, I believe I could achieve anything because, she put that battery in my back from a young age.
I mean, that's beautiful. I was going to ask you about that. You promised her you would get that degree. Why was that so important to her, and then how gratifying was it for you to see it through and get it done?
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things, your parents always tell you, look, you want to get something that they can't take away from you, and for her, she was like, look, what you're doing on the field, what you're doing, on the baseball field, football field, whatever I was playing at the time, she's like, look, that's cool, but you want to get something, once you got it up here, they can never take it away from you. So, getting that degree, and like I said, being that person in my family to graduate college, growing up, I didn't really have that many, people that even went to college. I didn't really see people doing those type of things. So, for me to set that standard for my family moving forward, I felt like it was just a big deal, not only for my children, but for my nieces and nephews as well.
Good for you. Zaire Franklin joining us. What about your grandma? Did she know the game pretty well, and what was she like?
She was out. She was fiery, man. It's funny if you talk to anybody from Philly growing up in West Oak Lane, they'll tell you that she was a fire on the sidelines. She would yell mid-game. She arguing with the refs. She was that type of fan appearance. So that's where I get all my trash talk and all that other stuff from. So all that fire and all that energy, that comes from my side.
There's this great piece on you this week in The Athletic, and your Pop Warner coach said that your grandmother, tell me if this is true, your grandmother, when you were like 7, would get right up in your grill, look you in the eye right through the face mask and say, quote, you're going to go out there and you're going to hit somebody. Like, is that how it really was? Was your grandma like that?
My grandmother, God rest her soul, she was wild. She was crazy. She used to yell for me on the sideline. When you don't make a play, you ain't come home tonight. She just be joking, but she was just that type. She was that type. She was just like, all right, you people probably get in trouble for talking to their kids like that nowadays. But to be honest, it was just that hunger. She used to always tell me, be a hitter, not a looker. You know, go out there and play. And I think for her, she just wanted me to go out there, don't hesitate, you know, just go out there, play, have fun, and like, look, if you're gonna be on the field, you might as well go make a play. You might as well be known. So that was just her, man. We out there, you know what I'm saying, break heads and take names, you know. So that's kind of how she used to carry it.
I love that so much. If you're going to be out there, you might as well punch somebody in the face. So tragically, though, the two women that meant so much to you passed away 77 days apart. I'm curious, like, how were you able to process something as traumatic as that as such a young person? How did you get through that period?
To be honest, it was my village, you know, first and foremost, obviously my family, my aunts and my cousins that, you know, surrounded me. But to be honest, I had a great group of guys that I'm still talking to this day, still friends with to this day. You know, I even stayed at a friend's house for a month or so. They drove me to school when my parents couldn't drive me to school because I didn't have my license yet. And, you know, I just had a group of friends and a village that really wrapped their arms around me. And to be honest, I just threw myself into the game. You know, football and, you know, going to work out. It was a refuge for me. You know, it was somewhere I could go to kind of get my mind off of things. And, you know, I knew that, you know, I wanted to make them proud. And I felt like, you know, to sit around and sulk and feel bad about what happened. Obviously, you got to grieve and stuff, but I really just wanted to, you know, prove them right for all the different things that they spoke over me, all the prayers that they prayed for me, and all the dreams that they had for me. I just really wanted to prove something beyond even their imagination.
You know, I so appreciate your thoughts on that because that's not an easy topic. They sound like they were both absolutely amazing, and I know probably you and I would not be having this conversation right now if not for your mom and your grandmother. They sound amazing. Let me ask you about the team. The team used the 4th overall pick to draft quarterback Anthony Richardson. The guy was an absolute freak show, Zaire, at the Combine. How has he looked so far to you at OTAs, and is he living up to all the advanced hype? I know it's early, but is he living up to all that energy and hype so far?
I mean, you know, we don't, in the locker room, we don't really pay attention to the hype. You know, it's cool to have a young boy that comes in with a lot of glitz and glam, but, you know, I think the thing I love so much about Anthony is, man, he's all about the work. He's all about the grind, man. He come in early. He's putting that work in. You know, he's out to practice early. He's out to practice late. He's doing his best. And I'm not going to lie, man, he's making some plays. You know, obviously, when you first get out there, you know, you're going against, you know, a first-team defense for the first time. Things are going on, but as he settles in, he starts to make plays. He's athletic, man. He makes some big throws, and I think just as he settles down, as he continues to get comfortable, continue to work with Coach Steichen and the offense and those guys in rhythm and routine, you know, I definitely think he has everything necessary to be special.
I appreciate that. You mentioned Coach Steichen. What about that? You get a brand new head coach. It's Shane Steichen. He joined the team after helping lead the Eagles to the Super Bowl. He was their O coordinator. He's only 38, third youngest coach in the NFL. What kind of an impression did he make on you when he first addressed the team? What's he like?